Now, here's some of the strengths. When I look at Airbnb and I look at some of the weaknesses, you know what always rings in the back of my head? It's Uber. Uber is a cousin or a sister or brother of Airbnb. Why? When you look at all of the weaknesses of Airbnb, they're the same weaknesses that we've already seen Uber go through. The first thing is some people just don't, the global acceptance of Airbnb. Some people don't like the idea of riding in someone else's car. They feel it's dangerous. It's not culturally acceptable. The second thing with Airbnb is criminal, not criminal, Airbnb, Uber, criminal, right? You have, oh, how many people have heard stories of an Airbnb, an Uber driver shooting somebody shooting an Uber driver, somebody, robbing an Uber driver, or somebody having a wreck in an Uber car. All type of stories that we hear when we hear about Uber and we hear about the things that they're doing, right? Then you hear, then you seen the political aspect that Uber had to go through. Uber just beat Proposition 22 out of California. When you read the weaknesses of Airbnb, they're the exact same thing that you already seen with Uber. So, and when you look at their business model, it's just pretty much Airbnb is doing what Uber did to taxi cab businesses. Uber is just pretty much a platform that offers one, people rides, and it offers people to give rides. That's it. When you look at Airbnb, it's doing the exact same thing. It has a host and it has a guest. People are offering up their house and the guests are taking their house. That's it, right? So Airbnb, and you have Airbnb and you have Uber, you can see the similarities to them big time, right? The big difference between Airbnb and Uber, the reason why I'm a big advocate of Uber so far, is because Uber is the only one in this sector. Meaning that when you look at, nowadays, nobody who's catching taxi cabs, not that many people. I mean, so Uber is number one in this space. You have Uber, you got Lyft, you got DoorDash, you have other companies out there that's doing, but the big boys are Uber, Lyft, pretty much is Uber and Lyft. Uber is number one, and it's the only one that's over there. It's over there by itself. Uber and Lyft, they're in their own little, I think they call that the gig economy, where people just do gigs for money real quick. So that's in the gig economy. It's an economy by itself. Airbnb is different to the fact that it is not going into a sector by itself like Uber did. Airbnb is going into a sector like that's already there. They're just trying to revolutionize it. For prime example, we still have Marriott's all over the country. We still have Hilton hotels all over the country. Days Inn. We still have Travelocity. We still have Expedia. We still have online travel agencies all over the country. We have online travel agencies. We have all type of things across the country already, right? So when you look at Airbnb, even though it is the cousin to Uber, it's going to have a more uphill battle to dominate its space. Uber is dominating the gig economy. Uber has three ways it's making money. It's making money from travel. It's making money from giving people rides, also delivering food, also freights. Those are the three big ways it makes money. Versus Airbnb, when you look at it, it's going into an economy that's already established. They're just trying to revolutionize it. There are already companies, Travelocity is already there. Booking.com is already there, aka Priceline is already there. So what they're looking to do is to revolutionize what's already there, which is a bigger feat than what Uber is doing. Because easily Priceline.com, Booking.com, Hotels.com could easily scratch their head and say, let's do exactly what Airbnb is doing. They can take the exact same business model that Airbnb is doing and market it to the millions of users they already have. Booking.com can already say, hey, look, now you can post your house not only on Airbnb, you can post it on Booking.com. And you're crazy to think that's not going to happen. So Airbnb has a bigger fight upon its hands. So let's go to some of its strengths. Okay, right here, it said our core strengths. We have 6 core strengths that help Airbnb create a new category and gives us a competitive advantage. 1, unique host community. The more than 4 million hosts in our community are unique as their homes are and experiences they have shared. We have the majority of our 5.6 million active listings only available on Airbnb. Number 2, engage guest community. So they're saying that they have hosts. Hosts are the people who are giving up their land or their house or whatever to be used or to be rented out. The other side, Engage host community. Um, our hosts have welcomed hundreds of millions of guests arrives through Airbnb. Our guests come directly to our platform, actively participate in our community, and return regularly to book again. So they're saying, hey, we already have users, we already have guests, and we already have hosts. Another thing is a global recognized brand. Our brand is recognized globally, and Airbnb is used as a noun and verb in countries all over the world. For prime example, Uber. Uber has done the same thing. This is the Uber of rental properties. So Airbnb is saying we're the Airbnb. It's becoming a noun and verb. They have nice brand recognition. Number 4, global network. Hosts and guests attract each other to Airbnb, creating a global network across more than 220 countries or regions. So they have a global network, okay? Number 5, custom built platform. Our technology platform was built for the unique needs of our hosts and guests. It allows us to quickly adapt to what our hosts and guests around the world require and delivers deep business intelligence, insight to help manage our marketplace. So they have their own marketplace. Number 6, design driven approach. Since the beginning, design has been at the core of everything we do, and we enable us to create a new category. So right now they're saying, hey, we already have a bunch of hosts, we have a bunch of guests that are at 220 countries around the globe that we're using each other's and things like that. That's great what you're doing. I want to know what your long-term strategy is. That's what they're going to speak about now. Our strategy is to continue to invest in our key strengths. Number 1, unlock more hosting. So they want to create more people to put their host online. In order to have enough selections for our guest bookings on our platform, we will continue to invest in growing the size of quality of our host community. We believe that we have just scratched the surface of the opportunities that a hosting can provide. So they look to get more hosts in the future. That's how they look at this is where the bread and butter for an investor. I don't care about what you did already. You're already a global brand. You already got hosts and guests. What are you going to do in the future? So they're saying they're going to look to get more hosts. Number 2, grow and engage our guest community. We intend to attract new guests to Airbnb and convert more of them to our brand advocates. We will continue to focus on engaging our existing customers to return to book to us to Airbnb more frequently. So they want the host to use more. Number 3, invest in our brand. We intend to invest more deeply in our brand to educate new hosts and guests on the benefits of Airbnb and the uniqueness of our offering. Okay, number 5, expand our global network. We plan to expand our global network in countries in which we already have deep presence, as well as to expand into new marketplaces where our penetration is lower, such as India, China, Latin America, South Asia, and tens of thousands of similar marketplaces to remote areas around the globe, around the world. They want to innovate their platform. We will innovate and to improve our guest and host experiences on Airbnb. Now, designing new products. Okay. So, right now they're getting beat down because of COVID-19. COVID-19 came through and shocked a lot of people, but it helped out a lot of people. So that's where you have it right here, ladies and gentlemen. We talked about Airbnb. Of course, are they making money? No. We looked at their strengths. We looked at their long-term strategy. We looked at their competition. We looked at their ability to be able to walk into a new marketplace and to be able to dominate, not dominate, but to be able to get to the top of a new marketplace, which is at the top of the hill right now, is booking.com. Priceline.com, aka Priceline.com, which is booking.com now, is at the top of the food chain when it comes down to hotel, accommodation, and whatnot. So that's what Priceline.com does. It goes in, people book hotels. Priceline.com doesn't own hotels and things like that I know of, but it's a marketplace for you to go to and to book they do airplanes, hotels, travels, all that good stuff. So they're trying to get to that marketplace and to put people houses to grow more hosts and guests into their community. So they're trying to Uberize the hotel industry, right? So will they be able to do this successfully? I don't know. This is something I won't be buying immediately as it comes out. I will wait to see how it performs, to see its finances, to see how it can deliver on its long-term strategy, because they have a very big hill to climb up, because you already have people like hotel.com, priceline.com Kayak.com. There's so many websites. Expedia that's already over there. Travelocity, Orbitz. These companies are already doing that. And they are taking some of Airbnb's technology and they're expanding. So can Airbnb get in there and dominate? It's more riskier than a lot of people believe it is. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is my take on Airbnb and also the IPO that it's looking to do here, I think by the end of the year or sometime in 2021. Hope you guys and girls invest wisely. I read this information directly off of the S1A report off of SEC.gov. I hope you find this very helpful to you. And as always, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, comment, hit the share button, hit some comments. Let me know what you think. Will you be buying Airbnb? All the other good things like that. Share this with your friends, family, and cousin if you got something out of it. But until the next video, podcast, cartoon, or whatever else crazy you see me do around the globe, my name is Prince Dykes. This is the Prince of Investment. Peace, be safe, I'm out, and thank you.